Hello everyone, it's Angel again. I'm back with another video. Still still plugging away at this. I have done some work, not much because I haven't been able to, but I've done a little bit of work in between the time of my last video, which I don't even remember what that was because I had to evacuate for Hurricane Matthew. And I'm back now and everything's okay, and thank God, everything's okay, and I had a home to come back to. It wasn't looking like I was gonna. Luckily the storm weakened, and it didn't hit my shore as hard as it hit Flagler and the Palm Coast area, and now the Carolinas. And so I just want to just give some thoughts and prayers to everyone that was affected by this storm, and give thanks that everything was okay for me and my family. So anyway, let me get to this video. I don't know what's the last thing I worked on, camera, but I'll do a quick flip through of what I've done so far, and then I'll do a little bit of work. I don't really have a plan, but I think I worked on this on camera, this little tag. It's not done. I made this out of, I think this card was it came with a Tim Holtz stamp that I bought online, and I just covered over, the parts that I didn't like with, some book pages and some dyed paper, some stamps, and same on the back. Added a little bit of gold and a sequin to this little flower thing. Oh wait, there's a siren. I had to pause. There was a siren, and it was really loud, so I had to pause for a little bit. But anyway, so you see I haven't really done much work on this. I worked on this page on camera with you. This one hasn't, I don't think I've done too much. My tags that fell out. I worked on this with you. I worked on this with you. Still needs a little bit of work. I did all I did between the last time I worked on this was glue down this little ribbon, which I think looks nice. I added a little tuck spot here on this page, and I put a little bit of ink down. I'm not likely going to leave it like that, but I just got tired of looking at the white of that paper, and then I put some of this dyed paper down. I haven't done anything to this page. See, stuff is falling out. I haven't done anything to this page. Worked on this. Put this doily that I worked on camera, put it down here. I just thought it looked nice there. Haven't worked on this page, and then I glued this paper down, inked. It's been inked, and I'm gonna, do something to this. But and so that's all I've done so far. So I don't really have a plan. As always, I'm just gonna jump from page to page because that's just how I work. So once again, just hang out with me because that's what I do. So so for this page, what I really would like to do is I was originally going to make a tree, and these were going to be the leaves of a tree, but I would like to draw in a vine, but I'm not going to do that on camera because I want to be able to draw it as as best I can, and if I feel like I'm doing it on camera, I don't know, it's just going to be too much pressure for me. So yeah, I don't really have a plan for this page. I would like to I feel like all my tuck spots have been on the bottom, but it just seems to be where I feel the most comfortable making them. I feel like I want to put a tuck spot here. I need to do something to this tag sticking out. I feel like this page is pretty much done. I mean, it's got 2 tuck spots I'm very happy with. I can put whatever, that looks cute in there. I'm probably going to leave that in there. Maybe I'll put this little book right here. I feel like that's too big. It's too thick. This page, I think I'm going to work on this page actually a little bit more. I'm sorry, I keep coming back to this page, but I was originally going to put this picture in, you know, for this piece of lace as the tuck spot, but because it's, I don't know, I don't think I want it there. I think what I would like to do is to actually make a tuck spot here, right? Yeah, to put it in if I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because this is pretty big. At least maybe if I made it slanted, I mean, my little heart would disappear, but that's fine. Then I could tuck it in slanted, maybe. I don't know. But I just feel like that's a hell of a lot. Excuse my language, but that is a hell of a lot for this little piece of lace to support. So I'm probably going to do that. This I haven't decided yet. I do want to work on this. Yeah, I think for this page, because it's got such a hard background, I mean, it's like soft, you know, like it's harsh, but it's soft at the same time, this background. I feel like I would like to like inundate it with flowers, and so that's definitely what I'm planning on. Oh, let me put something down here now since I'm talking about it. And I like those hearts. I didn't plan on working on this page today, but that seems to be what always happens. Like something that I don't plan on working on gets worked on. I got to take out all the things that are making these pages get so bulky and make it difficult for me to work. I really need to get like those, you know, those clips, those bigger clips. So I definitely want this flower here. I have some more piece of ribbon, but while I was editing that one of my videos that hopefully I'll get up today, I noticed a clip in the video where I had put down all of these pretty hearts, and I like the way these red hearts contrast with the green in the background, and so I think that's what I would like to do. I think that's gonna look nice. So that's what I want to do. I would like to, oh, look at that. That looks pretty like that, because then it's like heart around that rosebud, right? Put a heart there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So once again, just hang out with me. And yeah. So I was laughing while I was editing my video because I was, you know, I really wasn't expecting that storm to come here. It just wasn't looking like, I mean, it was looking like it was gonna come really close. And then the forecast changed, and it wasn't hitting us head on, but it was going to, like, the Hurricane Matthew, it was going to, the forecast that made me evacuate, you know, that made my husband and I decide, you know, we need to pack up the dogs and go. It was supposed to hit landfall around Cape Canaveral as a Category 4 hurricane, which is, you know, scary. And, you know, kind of scrape its way up the coast, wreaking havoc. And so what day was it supposed to hit? It was supposed to hit Friday. And my husband and I waited until Thursday afternoon to actually leave. And I cannot tell you I mean, I'm sure anyone who's watching has, I mean, just about everyone has been through some kind of natural disaster. I mean, if you haven't, you're like, just, you know, be thankful that you haven't. because those of us who have, I mean, just the utter panic of the unknown, and especially, I mean, if you're in California, you're probably thinking, at least you guys have warning, excuse me, of a hurricane coming, and we do. And like, thankfully, over the years, the predictions have gotten better and better. Our technology has just gotten so much better, and so we're able to really see, with much better accuracy what's going to happen, and then make the best decisions we can for our safety and for our property and for our kids and pets and family members, and so we kind of know what to do. But it's still, like, even though, like, having the warning and being able to prepare, it still does not make things better, like, emotionally. I live on a barrier island, which is like basically a sandbar. It's like a sandbar that, like, was big enough, for people to build homes and stuff on. I mean, the Atlantic Ocean is, like, literally, I'm pointing, like, you see my finger? I'm pointing at the Atlantic Ocean right now. Like, if you walk straight for about 15 minutes, if you can get past all the trees and all the, the homes that are built there, the Atlantic Ocean is right there. And so I was expecting, a Category 4 hurricane hitting my area. I was expecting to lose my home and lose everything in it, and things can be replaced, and I don't care about my things. If I have my puppies and my husband and my family, and the people that I love still breathing when it's all over, like, honestly, that really is all that matters. But at the same time, the thought of leaving your home and not knowing if you're ever going to see it again. And I don't, like, my husband and I live a very modest life. I don't have a lot, but I didn't want to lose what I did have. It just was, it was very scary. And when I see what happened in Haiti and all of the people who died, and after everything those people have been through, it really puts things into perspective of, like, when there's a hurricane, it's this huge disruption of life, because even if it doesn't hit your area, you have to evacuate. It costs a lot of money. You spend a lot of money in gas and food and stuff, and then you're either in a hotel or you're at someone's house and you're not in your own home, and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it's this huge disruption of life. But at the same time, when I look at what happened there, and they've already been through so much, after that awful earthquake that they had there, and now this, I think it's close to 1,000 people. Look at that. I kind of like that. I'm going to put that down. After everything that those people have been through already, and then to have, 1,000 people, just about, I think it's 800 or 900, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to rise before it's all over. I have a hard time watching that kind of stuff on TV, because it makes me it affects me very deeply. It makes me depressed and very sad, and it gives me nightmares, and just makes you feel so helpless. And especially since I have, like, experience of actually watching family members go through this, and this isn't in the US, where we've got, we have resources. People make fun of FEMA and stuff like that, and I'm just bear with me. I'm not gonna preach about the government here. I don't get political on this page, but on this channel. But my family is from the Philippines. My mom's family, is from the Philippines, and I don't know if anybody who's watching, I don't know if you remember in the year of 2013, Hurricane Yolanda had hit the Philippines, and at the time it was, what was considered the worst natural disaster in, the history of history. I mean, I'm guessing it's not anymore, because, it just seems like every time something happens, something worse happens and something worse happens. And, but it wasn't just like extended family members that were on, the island that it hit. I mean, it was my mother, and I knew that my mother did not evacuate. Like, I know my mom, and I know she didn't evacuate. My mom is 70 years old now, and to think of what was going on at the time, I mean, to this day I still cry over it. But I mean, thankfully, thank God, my mom was okay and my family was okay. But it was like, out of all of the thousands of islands in the Philippines, it had to hit mine. I mean, it was for about a week. I didn't even know if my mom was alive. And her home is right on the ocean, over there too. I mean, I come from island people. Like, we can't get away from the ocean. We love the ocean. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's always going to be. But it just, anyway, I don't want to get morbid, because I really want to talk about how thankful I am, not, how awful everything is. But yeah. So I made this, and I think, like, I was kind of playing around with a stencil and some inks, and I have this little subtle little image there, and I don't know if I want to glue this over it or not. I'll just put this somewhere. And that frog again. I almost kind of wanted to put my frog, somewhere on this page. But I want to cover up those hearts. I really like those hearts there. So, yeah. I'm feeling a little lost, guys. I mean, I'm feeling really out of it. I mean, I don't know how entertaining this video is going to be for you, and I apologize for that right now, just because I've just been so, I mean, it's been quite an ordeal. It's just, I was very thankful, though. Like, I went inland to my sister's house, and I have two sisters here. One of my sisters lives about an hour inland, and she wasn't in a flood zone, so we were able to, hunker down at her house, and luckily she didn't lose power. So we had power, and it was kind of like a visit, even though we were stressed out because she's got 3 dogs, and my dogs were very spoiled at her house, and both of my sisters are older than me, but she kind of, because we didn't know if we were going to lose power, so we were like, we ought to cook all this food and get it cooked, so, we've got stuff to eat. I mean, even though we had barbecue, it was just, I mean, you just try to make it as it's hard to explain. I mean, like anything, you just try to get through it, right? And try to make it as pleasant as you can in a situation like that. But, we did all right, and we were all right, and we made it. And not everybody was as fortunate, as we are now. So yeah, oh gosh, I didn't even want to talk about that because it's going to make me upset. I start getting upset, but yeah, so I like that there. So yeah, on the bright side, or like on the fun side, my dogs had a blast. I mean, they knew, like, they were stressed out at first because like, you know, they saw that that my husband and I were packing and rushing around and loading up the car and stuff like that. And so they were pretty nervous. I mean, there was, there's so much nervousness in the air. And so they were, I think they were like, "You're gonna bring us, right? You leaving without us?" And so we loaded them up in the car, and my puppy, Bizu, she's not a very good car rider. She cries in the car and cries and cries and cries, like, like her whole world is ended. I kind of like that there, huh? And so, so she cried for an hour, like, which, I don't know, they were these dogs, honestly. But we got there, and they had such a good time. They got spoiled by my sister. They ate lots of chicken and bacon and all kinds of food and snacks, and we got them new toys. I mean, I ordered them new toys, and I didn't open them, and I packed them in advance because I thought, like, if they go crazy because they're like nervous about being somewhere new, or like, bouncing off the walls in my poor sister's house, I'll give them some toys. I'll keep them occupied, and so, they were just thoroughly spoiled, absolutely spoiled. So yeah, they had fun. It was like Disneyland for them. So I'm liking that. And I have this, which is adorable. Like, it's like some kind of cat burglar. Right? And I wouldn't mind putting that there, but I'm really not in love with this paper. I mean, this print. Where can I put it? I don't want to put it here. Like, I hate covering up this bird, but I might not have a choice. I could put it here. I feel like the colors, though, are so muted, and the colors, and the colors of my print, my little illustrations, are so muted that makes it difficult for me to kind of like that. Let me see where else I could put it. There's really not much more I can do. I mean, I kind of am stuck working on this, right? I think I would like to put some paint down on that. What do you think, guys? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some paint down a little bit. And so, okay, I have an idea. Let me get my stuff ready, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so my plan is I want to make a little bit of a nautical theme. I don't know if I want to do it on this or if I want to do it on this page, or I could do it in the back. Really, I can do it anywhere, but I kind of feel weird because I put this down and it's a garden, but I mean, it's a junk journal. I can do whatever I want, right? It's a junk journal. So I took out my paints, and I'm just gonna make like a little palette. This is a little bit more violet than the ocean colors are normally, but it's it's blue in tone, and so I've got all these different blue paints. I think I'm putting too much. This does not look like cobalt blue to me. That's not cobalt blue. At least it's not cobalt in comparison with my cobalt blue watercolors. But so this is light blue violet. This is phthalo blue. That it said it was cobalt. This is ultramarine. I'm gonna put down some white, and I feel like, I don't know why I didn't take out the green, but I didn't. let me get the green. Uh-oh. Okay. And I have to show you guys something before I start painting. I have to show you guys something. So I was looking through, because what I want to do is, you know, just put ocean colors here, and then put like different pieces of this paper from the old book that she gave me. And it's like, speaking of nautical, it's like how the sea became salt. I don't know if you can read that. How the sea became salt. So that couldn't be more perfect. So hopefully I'm in frame. I think I am. And my desk is a mess, and I mean, it's messier. I always say that, but it's like, it's even more messier than it normally is. But I just, like, I left in such a frenzy last week, and I didn't clean, and I didn't even clean my house. Like, I sort of had this superstition that if I clean, then it's like, it will have been for nothing, because I will have lost everything anyway. It's so weird what I was thinking. I mean, I was just in such a frenzy. I can't even tell you. Like I said, if you've been through something like this, if you're watching and you've been through something like this, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the feeling of knowing that a hurricane is coming. It's like, I mean, you know for sure, because usually I'm pretty calm. When I watch the track, I'm pretty calm. And like, you know, just because I have so much experience in it, and my husband is obsessed with like watching the weather. I mean, he always has been, because he's fascinated by all that stuff. But I'm not, but he is. And so I trust his judgment when it comes to, like, you know, should we evacuate or should we not? And I mean, I've just been in so many hurricanes, so I know what to do. I know what to expect. I know what's going to happen. You know, and obviously, like I said, I have family that will take us in. And, oh, that's pretty. Bit of white. See, isn't this just therapeutic doing this? It just is. But yeah, so my desk is a mess, and I tried to clean up like a little bit last night, but then I was like, forget it. What's the point? It's gonna get messy anyway. And I really would rather just, you know, jump into it and work rather than like worry about the way it looks. And so, yeah. So I'm even painting over this washi tape down here. As usual, I put down way too much paint than I needed, but that phthalo blue is beautiful. I don't really like phthalo blue, or working with phthalo blue in watercolor, because it's just overpowers everything else. Anything that you mix phthalo blue, well, for me at least, because maybe I'm just a bad mixer, but everything that I mix phthalo blue with in watercolor, I have to be careful, because it will just overpower everything else, and it'll just, you know, it just takes over. It's just such an overpowering color. I think I've just said that word like 80 times. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, but in acrylic, especially since I'm trying to get a background in, it's beautiful. So I'm not really feeling that green too much, the phthalo green. I mean, it's mixing pretty well with the blue, and maybe it'll look nicer when it dries, but I'm not feeling it. I'm liking the way this background is coming. I'm like, I have to stop myself from getting out gold. It just seems like that gold paint, I mean, it just flatters anything that I put it with, you know, just because it's such a warm gold paint. And I have another gold, it's a gold ink. I mean, it's a true ink that I bought because I wanted to teach myself calligraphy. Of course, I haven't gotten around to that yet. And I wanted to, it's a Winsor Newton one that I got, and I wanted to try to combine it with my watercolors. I wanted to make like an ocean scene. I like a lot of ocean scenes and, you know, marine life scenes. I'm an ocean girl, I'm a beach girl. It's just me. Okay, maybe I am feeling this green now. So it's, oops. I feel like I want to keep all of the brush strokes going this way. I don't know if that looks like the ocean on an abstract level, but I do like these colors together. Okay. Okay, so I'm liking that. I'm gonna let that dry. Yeah, I like that a lot. So I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with the rest of this leftover paint, and then I'll be right back. So it's not all the way dry, as you can see from my fingers, but it's dry enough. And so what I want to do is like take these pages and kind of rip them and kind of I don't know, they're pretty, it's kind of like hard to rip but easy to rip at the same time. But I just kind of want to I don't know, I definitely want to put the how the sea became salt up there. But it has, I want it to be like, oh baby, what's the matter? So I kind of want to just glue that. What's the matter, mouse? Every time my husband's gone, he cries like he's just been abandoned. Like, I used to be his favorite, but I'm not the favorite anymore. I'm, you know, he forgot all about me. He doesn't need me anymore because he's grown. He loves his dad. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I really want this to be more like, I want it to be more torn. I like how straight it is. Do I want to put it upside down? No, I like it like that. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. I'm happy with that. I like the way that looks. I think that gives me something to work with. And I think, just for good measure, I mean, I think just to give myself a little bit more leeway here, because I hate this. I don't know why I don't like this, but I just don't. I think I'd like to put this down here, but I think I want to use this straight space, like, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Ay, nako. Okay. So I'm just gonna glue that down, and then I'm gonna end the video, because I really didn't intend to do too much work today, but I wanted to do a little bit. I mean, I just wanted to get back to a little bit of normalcy. Yeah. I was exhausted, let me tell you. I mean, my poor sister, she did everything she could do to make sure that we were comfortable in her home. And we were comfortable. It was very comfortable. It's my sister's home, so I'm always at home at her house and vice versa. But I just, it was a very stressful time. I mean, it wasn't exactly like a visit. I mean, it ended up being a visit, but it was an unintentional visit. Okay. Okay, that's looking like something. I know I'm like holding my hands in like all these strange angles, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm always in frame. Every time I'm editing, I'm looking at the way like I'm holding things, you know, in my editing, and I'm just like, God, it's just such an, looks so awkward the way I'm doing things. It's just because I'm just trying to make sure that I'm in frame, because I can't see my monitor. Okay. That craft glue really, it doesn't really do very good with this paper, so I might have to like redo it if it comes off. Hopefully it won't, but we'll see. So we got that down, and I like that. So yeah, so we have this, we did this. Did we do anything else? I feel like I didn't really accomplish much. Just did a few things, but it's coming together. So, well, now I feel like I can put this here. Right? Or maybe I can put this here. I don't know. Ooh, I like Peter Rabbit there. Okay, I'm gonna put Peter Rabbit there. I think he looks cute there. It's adorable. Hopefully this glue will hold up on that paper. That's really absorbent paper, and I feel like it's just absorbing the glue, and it's not really like, you know, the glue's not sticking. Wait a minute, baby. I'll open the door for you, honey. Okay, so that looks cute. And I mean, every single video, I keep trying to find a space for this because it is so pretty, but I'm not sure if I like it there. I feel like I keep trying to find a space for it, but Maybe I should just go ahead and put it here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it there. I feel like it's like I'm never going to put it anywhere if I don't make a decision, right? I mean, I have a difficult time. When it comes to like art and like decoration and stuff, like I have a very difficult time making a commitment, which is why junk journaling is just so good for me, because it kind of like, you know, there are no rules and I can just keep telling myself like, oh, it's a junk journal, it doesn't matter. You know, I mean, in this particular junk journal, it matters because it's a gift. So I do want it to look, I do want it to be pretty. You know, I want to give her something that I would be happy to receive. So, okay, that looks pretty there. And yeah, what else do I have? I feel like I need to do one more thing. I really like that there. See, I wanted this to be like a nautical page, but it's not. That's the good thing about backgrounds. Once you get a background down and, you know, it gives you like some, you know, it gives you a foundation and it gives you something to like build on. And that's sort of where I lose my way. So that's pretty. I should have edged it, but it's okay. I got glue everywhere and paint everywhere. Do I want to put these berries anywhere? I do love this little cat burglar, and I just can't seem to find a place